here with our Thursday night live session. Tonight we want to talk about harmful radiation because that's become a big issue, as you know, and many people are concerned about it. So we're talking about radiation. Oopsie, I hope it's still live, because we're using a new, we're going from our webcam today rather than our phone.
Hopefully it's working.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to show you a trick with our phone.
That's right. Because we've done a bit of research recently, because we had to have a smart meter installed at the outside of our house, and many of you probably already have a smart meter in your house. We live in a very old house, and we had like huge big meter boards. But last year we had solar panels installed, and so now we are reaping the benefit of our solar panels, but we needed to upgrade our power board. So we've got a smart meter.
Upgrade the meter to a smart meter.
Yeah.
And apparently that acts like a mobile phone and sends messages of how much we produce, how much power we produce, straight to their office.
To headquarters, which is miles away.
I had heard that smart meters emit quite a bit more than a mobile phone, emit radiation, and I did a bit of research into it, looking for ways to protect ourselves from the EMF or radiation, because it's flying around everywhere. There's, like, we've got a laptop each, we've got another computer, we've got Wi-Fi, we've got a mobile phone each, and then
we've now even got microwaves, which we don't use in our house, by the way. But
we succumbed to buying microwaves for our Airbnb guests because after
and backpackers,
a lot of complaints, them wanting microwaves. But if you microwave your food, it kills all the nutrients in it. Plus, it emits radiation out into your kitchen.
When we had alchemy, we didn't even have a microwave in the commercial kitchen there either. And I just want to say this for mums with babies: if you warm up, I've seen mothers warm up the bottle, like the water in the microwave, and then they mix in the powder. But that's even not a good idea, because you destroy the water structure, and let alone if you warm up your baby's food or your own food in the microwave, you completely destroy any nutrients that are there.
You alter the molecular structure.
Yeah.
So
and you can prove that to yourself. If you don't believe me, you can actually put the water in the microwave and then water your house plants with it for a little while and see what happens to your house plants. So if you value and respect yourself, don't use a microwave. And so your microwaves are pretty much only good as a shoe cupboard. That's what we used to say anyway.
Or a letterbox out by the road.
Yeah, something like that. But smart meters are even worse, of course. They've been connected to an increase of cancer and illnesses. And then, of course, on top of that, now we have the worry of the 5G. But that's kind of really outside our control.
It is outside our control, but apparently if 5G is totally rolled out and there's a tower every however 100 metres like they want it to be, it will be like living in a microwave.
In a microwave oven?
If you've got your microwave full on with the door open and it's going, we know that it's emitting radiation that's not good for us. Wikipedia, it says on there that any radiation really is destructive and can cause cancer.
Yeah. So we're distracted by our phones going crazy right now to help us, to show us, that we never away from radiation very far. So Pete and I, we want to show you really good something positive.
I bought something I researched to protect us against the radiation of the smart meter. That's what it was for.
And what is it actually?
It's woven copper cloth.
Open it up.
So
and it's not very expensive.
it's just a thin cloth.
Like that. Okay, goodbye, we're hiding. So you can see it's just like a piece of paper or cloth. And we've already done some experiments with it before. Peter puts it over and around our smart meter, and that's meant to protect us and the world from harmful radiation. So,
but it also, you can see that it works. Radha's going to ring me on my phone.
okay.
So that's radiation or radio waves coming from.
Okay, I'll do that now. See if your phone is on, alright?
Yep.
We're going to do a trick.
It's got five bars.
There it goes.
So it's ringing.
Okay, I'll find out.
Now I'm going to put it in with one layer.
Well, you can show that to the camera.
One layer under. I'm putting the phone in one layer above. There'll be a few layers underneath, but I'm just going to set it there on the table beside us.
Well, it would be more fun for people if you actually just held it, like
Well,
people
I
can
can.
see it.
Well,
Okay, so it's hiding in a Santa Claus parcel,
well, I've got it wrapped up in the copper cloth.
and hopefully it works out.
Just wait. We might have to wait a little
Okay.
while.
Shouldn't have to, though.
Shouldn't have to, but
Okay.
we
Well,
can try again.
I'm ringing Peter's phone again. Okay. So, okay, I'm ringing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. You can't, can you?
It's gone off.
Yeah, so it's actually not receiving. Yeah, okay. It's doing absolutely nothing. So you can see, and now it's. Hi. Okay, that's my voice message. So it's gone straight to the voice message.
It's gone straight to voice message.
So this is actually pretty powerful stuff. That one little layer of copper cloth that you can buy off the internet will protect you from radiation. So you can also sew yourself a little telephone pouch to just sew it up. And when people like Peter, he always carries his phone in his pocket, which is really, really bad. And bad for your hormones. It hasn't affected Peter, but you actually never know. We don't know for sure, of course, if it affects Pete, because radiation is invisible, and that's why we imagine if you could see the radiation all the time, you'd be really, really worried out of your mind. So Pete,
I've got one now. I've got one missed call from Grub
okay,
on my phone, but it didn't ring.
yeah. So
So it blocks the
that's
radio
one
waves.
thing that you can look into for yourself, and if you have a smart meter, definitely consider wrapping it up in a copper cloth. And you're just going to tuck it around or hammer it on with a few nails, it doesn't matter, because your health is more important.
I'm wondering whether it's going to block the message totally and we end up with a zero power.
Oh. Okay.
Rather than you're ringing.
My phone call is just coming through now and I'm not even ringing now. Oh, that's funny. Oh gosh. So, one other thing you can do, of course, that you need to make sure, so don't have your microwaves or use them as a shoebox, put copper cloth around your smart meter, sew a little pouch for your phone.
And it'll also, a little one for your bank cards, credit cards, will protect them from
being hacked.
With someone walking past you.
That goes the same for your phone, by the way, because apparently nothing is safe and secure.
And if you don't want to be tracked by the CIA GPS, then put it in a little copper pouch.
And it makes you feel safe.
You won't get any phone calls either.
Yeah, and then of course make sure that you walk around on bare feet. So like go into your garden.
Ground yourself.
Spend at least 20 minutes a day doing that.
Hug a tree, go out into the forest to get good vibrational energy for yourself.
Yeah, and then you can also listen to the frequency of 528 megahertz, which is a very restorative frequency of unconditional love, and that's I often have that going in the background on my smart TV, or just like you can YouTube it, and there's some YouTubes that can go all day, so that's really, really good, really great for your plants. It's also really cleansing for your house. And also what I've done recently, but this has got nothing to do with electromagnetic frequency, but I did actually use a sage bush to sage my house from back to front. And I did it twice, like so I did it once by myself, and then I did it again with my grandchildren during the school holidays. Just because we've had so much traffic through our house, and I had different visitors, and it's just been really, really crowded here recently, and I felt like that's something that I had to do. So you can, you know, just bundle up some sage and then you light it. So dry it and then light it, and then you blow out the flames, and then it smokes. And I felt it really, really had a good effect on my house, and I've slept better. I've been sleeping better. So these are just all toxins that can enter our bodies or our being, literally, from the unseen reality, from the unseen world. But we have to be conscious of it.
We can't see them, can't hear them, our senses don't detect them.
And then, of course,
until we are sick, of course.
Have plenty of water, especially salt water is really, really good and cleansing. We all know that salt, especially Himalayan salt or pink salt, is very, very cleansing and purifying, and it also detoxifies you from electromagnetic radiation.
And a good fresh food, organic diet is good for your body to have high vibrational energy.
So these are all like tools, and I'm going to put more on the post when I post it, that will support you to be your best self, your stronger self, to keep your sanity. And of course, like
what the bad radiation does, it disrupts the electrons. It causes free radical damage on our cells, but it also erodes our immune system. So in this time when we all need to keep our immune system really at its peak, we need to be doing everything possible.
Yeah, well, I'm also thinking of the future, because some research has shown that every time there was a massive jump in radiation, so for instance, the Spanish flu, when did that come? After the First World War, but something to do with radiology, and then of course after the Second World War, and so every time there was a massive epidemic, it was apparently immediately after the collective radiation, toxic radiation, did a massive, gigantic jump. And we're experiencing that again now with the rollout of 5G, which of course everyone knows about that really, and everyone is scared of 5G, but I personally believe it's of course not going to stop there, because technology is just going to, advance all the time. So what it's going to take for us, and as Rudolf Steiner, he already said this half a century ago, for humans to stay human, we have to be able to tap into our spirit more and become more connected to our spirit being and up-level our energetic body, for us to still remain fully expressed as a human being. So that's another piece of advice that I want to give you, that you go outside, you do your meditation, you connect in with your own inner being, because we're all spirit beings, we're all we are 99.9% energy or electricity.
The vibration of love is one of the highest
vibrations.
That's
right. So it's about up-leveling who you already are, so where you're at is already, most of us are at a good level, and then just keep building up on that and building up on positive energy. Don't let yourself be pulled down by anything else.
And we can't rely on other people to love us to improve our vibrations. We have to love ourselves.
Yeah, so every time, how do you put that in practice? If I feel criticized, or if I feel vulnerable, or if I criticize myself, or catch myself going on a negative spiral, I immediately say to myself, I love myself unconditionally, and I keep saying that I love myself unconditionally till that feeling is gone. So it's we have to cut through those patterns or the negative programming to give yourself a really good chance.
Our conscious mind's full of idle, mostly negative chatter. So if we can catch ourselves and change it
Mine
to...
isn't full of idle chatter.
Change it to I love myself unconditionally.
Remember,
Bring that thought in rather than all the negative stuff that we tell ourselves, then we'll stay at a high vibration.
yeah. So apparently we give ourselves 60,000 negative sentences every day. But apparently, if we only improve that a little bit, say by 5% or even 1% more positivity, that's already going to make a dramatic change in your whole body and being.
And I know of someone who does extremely powerful energy healing. So if you're having difficulty raising your own vibration, then
I want to go to that person.
You can book in for an hour session and you will walk away buzzing.
Who's that person, Nick? Yeah. Okay. Peter still doesn't like to give me compliments.
No. Well,
Peter's talking about me. Yeah.
I book in with Greta. She does some amazing, shifts a lot of energy blocks, so your energy will flow freely and your vibration will be really raised, so you can face the day, face any challenge and enjoy the day.
And it really helps you to connect with your innermost self, like your real self, so you feel, which is actually unconditional love anyway. We've just forgotten that it's in us, because we often have so much stress and so on that we don't feel who we really are in the depths of our heart. So yeah, it is really good to come for a beautiful healing session. But anyway, I can hear Freddie barking.
Yep.
He can hear some people near the school, I think, so he's trying to warn us. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this really helpful. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment box, and I'm going to put the rest of the article on the post as well. So thanks for tuning in, and have a really good week.
Yeah, have a good week and see you next week.
Stay well, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.